Good day, this is Dr. David Beaulieu, and I'm here with more news you can use. I want to talk to you today about something we do in our office. It's called Somatic Repatterning. I know that sounds pretty fancy, but it is pretty fancy. The last nurse I trained decided that this was something she was very, very interested in. And when she finally retired, she asked if she could come up to Kansas City every other week. And instead of doing the allergy work and the nutritional work that we normally do in our office, if she could bring somatic repatterning to the table. And I thought that would be an absolutely fantastic idea. And that's what we do. Somatic repatterning is interesting because it releases cellular emotional imprints that can be identified, again, through neuromuscular biofeedback techniques, muscle testing. And it accesses cellular memory. Now, one of the things we've learned is that every cell in this amazing, amazing mass of tissue that we call the human body, every cell has memory. And emotions get stored in our tissues and in our cells. And sometimes those emotions are totally out of concert with reality. And a good example of that is a fellow who grew up in Alaska, and he's used to seeing moose and grizzly and eagles and wolves. And he's in New York City, and he's become an executive, and he's at a party. And he's had a couple of drinks too many. And he's out on a balcony. And a lady walks into the balcony in a great big fur coat. He gets a terrified look on his face, and he jumps off a fourth-floor balcony. Now, that's an incredibly improper reaction. But this is someone who's used to seeing bears in the wild. And at the emotional level, in a state of inebriation, he wasn't reacting to a woman in a fur coat. He was reacting to a bear on the balcony. And he did what he had to do to get away from that bear as quickly as possible. A good many things in our lives have to do with improper reactions to events that occurred to us in our childhood. People said something to us, we took something to heart. You're not worthy. That's a good one. A lot of us have that one. You don't deserve. A lot of us have that one. You're a bad person. A lot of us have that one. These get stored at the cellular level, and a lot of us are completely unaware of the fact that it's in there. But it's in the subconscious. And the subconscious runs our life. And it's the subconscious belief factors that determine whether we will be abundant, healthy, and happy. And that's really, really an important point. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, you will continue to get what you get, and you will call it fate. Now, somatic repatterning reprograms that. And there are types of conditions that are helped through somatic repatterning most commonly. Chronic health problems often are related to emotion. Relationship difficulties, self-esteem issues, trauma and abuse issues, phobias, learning and creative functions. And often in the office, when people come in and we've done what we know to do at the physical level, and we do not get the response that we think we should, we start looking at the emotional level. And somatic repatterning can be very, very helpful in this area. If you're not getting results from the care that you're receiving, look into somatic repatterning.